Let me explain this huge opportunity that happened today. Here you can see that the market is more or less flat. Let's tell you this is the beginning of the UK session around this area here, this time. The market's reasonably flat, and then you get a little bit of an upsurge, and then you get a large candle, but not relatively large. It's large but not relatively large, and then it starts coming down without any resistance. It just comes down. That's about 80, maybe 100 points there. Let's just check that out. 104 points that goes down. Right, this here, I'm not sure if people would have missed it, or they would have maybe got in here, right? Probably would have got in here after this long candle, because this one here, maybe if you look, is almost like, it looks like it may have been resisting something down there. If you can see that most of them are, this candle here and this candle here are more or less on the same line at the bottom there. You see that? So maybe some people would have seen that and just thought, oh, he's resisting, he's gonna go up or something, stuff like that. But looking at it on this chart, you can see what would have happened with us. The market, like I said, the UK session opens around this area here, right? But we would have got a signal here. This signal here we would have taken. This is a signal, and it's during market hours, so that would have been taken, right? You would take that signal. There's nothing stopping you from taking it. It hasn't been going up a lot. There's no real movement. Then you get a sudden surge, but the candle is not too large so that it's taken the profit already, if you get what I'm saying. So that would have been a nice opportunity for us to take. However, you can see that it was a trick. You can see that what happens is it goes up a little bit, and then it just gushes right down. But that's not really a problem. It's not a problem because, like I said, not every signal will work. So in this scenario here, we would have taken this buy, right? And realized after a bit, look, it goes up and then it comes down and then it comes down and then it comes out. But this candle should stop us out, because our stop loss will either be here on this candle bottom, or preferably below this one here, which is 15 or, let's see, 15 or maximum 25 points, right? So we would have been stopped out. We will not move our stop and come down here and say, oh, it's going to come. No, that's not how it works. If we predicted that from here it's going to go up, maybe come down a bit, maybe come down to this area max, and then keep going up. If it doesn't do what we are predicting it to do, we are wrong. It's as simple as that. We are wrong. So it will take our stop here, or it will take our stop here, depending on how lenient you want to be. But 25 pips max is going to take. So we are wrong. Now, after that has taken, we get a signal on the opposite direction, right? And looking at the candle, it's a 20-point candle. It's a nice candle. Nice candle is not too big, right? And there's no massive surge going down before we get the signal. So this is a good, if I saw this, if I was in this trade, I would not say no to that at all. This one here comes up, and then it goes back, and it goes back on itself, and it reverses, I will take that signal. You will take that signal, because those reversal signals are very, very nice. As you can see, you get that signal, take that signal, right? So how it will play out, you would take the blue signal, the buy signal, get stopped out, but you get another signal which is a sell signal. Take that signal and stay in. Now look, you get your 24 points back that you lost, and you get some more, depending on how you want to do it. You'll either take this one candle and get your money back so you break even, or you stay in and get some actual payment from this trade. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So you would get your money back here. This is your money back candle plus a little bit, and this is your profits candles. So how you could play it is move your break even, move your stop loss. You would move your stop loss down. So as soon as this candle stops, right, and this candle opens, you would move your stop from here. Let's have a look what we can do. I'll show you. You'll move your, let me just get this out here. So just imagine this is a stop loss, right? You will move your stop from here, right? And then when this candle finishes, this candle here, when this candle here closes, you will move the stop again down, so that you're locking in those profits. And then when this one closes again, you can move it to maybe halfway, about there. And then when this one closes, this one didn't move. When this one closes, you can move it about halfway again. I can get this thing to move it to about here, and then move this to about here. You'll probably get stopped out here, because if this candle here closes, if this candle here closes here, this one, and you move it to halfway, you were going to get stopped out. You will get stopped out. But what the essence of it is to lock in this candle here. That candle will get locked in, and then you can kind of creep down and see how much profits you can make. Yes, you can take some of your initial investment out. Like for example, if you put down if you put down some, you can actually take some out at the same time. It's kind, you can take some out. You can remove some profit from the actual deal. That's fine, but you do lose. You kind of lose a bit. It happens. You can do it sometimes and leave some in. It depends. But on this scenario, I wouldn't have done that. I'll talk about that some other time. But on this one, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just grabbed all the 27 points here and grabbed them, and then I would have waited, and then I would have tried to creep up and just see how far it takes me. It probably would have stopped me out here, because you've got to remember there's a spread here as well. So it probably would have stopped us out here, but that's fine. It would have been a positive day. It would have been a plus day, even though you lost this trade at the top here. Even though this trade was lost, because you respected the fact that you can be wrong, you can make money still on that day. I'm telling you, it happens a lot. But most people, what will happen is that they will get this trade and they take this buy, right, and then it turns against them, but they still believe they are right. They don't want to believe they are wrong. They don't want to. It's an ego thing. They don't want to believe, or they don't want to admit that they are wrong. You have to admit it. You have to, fair enough, I'm wrong. No problem. Let me go with the flow. Look what happens when you go with the flow. And this switch method happens a lot. It's a method. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. They pretend they're going one way and then they go the other. But so when you see this, when I see a signal going up and then a nice big engulfing candle going the other way around and it's a signal, I'm going in, because 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't say 9 times, about 7 times out of 10, it's lovely and it does this because it doesn't want you to follow it. It doesn't want you to follow and gain all of this. So it will tell you that it's going up. Everyone will go up. Then it comes down. But everyone says, oh, it's just retracting. It's just doing its thing. It's going to go up in a minute. And then it just keeps going down. Look, there's zero resistance here. Zero resistance. Look at this. One big candle after another. Nothing. No resistance. Just straight all the way down to here. Look at that. And these are 5-minute candles, right? So that means in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, in half an hour. Just like that. 100 points gone. I think that's crafty of them. They do that all the time. They do it all the time. I'm telling you, I've seen it too many times. Maybe we can find some here to show you that switch method. Let's have a look if they do it again. Look, they've done it here again. Look, this is a switch method. Right there. It's not even, I think this is the day before. Wait there. What are we, 20? Yeah, day before. Look what they've done. This looks like a switch method. They're going up. They go up. They give you a signal here. Look at that. A nice large candle. Right. Pretend they're going up. Go down a bit. Everyone thinks it's just recuperating and stuff. And then boom, you get a big candle. Right. I would have preferred for this to be a signal. This candle here to be a signal, but it wasn't. And then look, it just drops. And it really drops. See, that's a switch. Look, it's going up. And then it just switches. So everyone's invested here. And then it switches. Let's see if there's any more. Just quick ones. And I want to see the ones that really, like this one here is not really a switch. It's not a switch. I won't call that a switch. It does go down, but it doesn't pretend it's going up. It doesn't give you the idea it's going up. And this one here as well, I wouldn't call that a switch. I won't call that a switch either. Let's have a look. Is there any more just local? We could call that a switch as well. I think that's a switch here. Look, here's one. Look at this. So if you'll get this signal here. You get a few signals. So it looks like it's going up. And then it goes down a bit. And then look at this massive candle. That's huge, but I wouldn't really call that, because if it was a switch, you would have got the signal here. If it's a really good textbook switch, this one here would have been a signal. This one, or even this one, but these is very jaggedy. It must be in the afternoon. Let's have a look. When was this? Yeah, this is around, look, around the afternoon when all the markets are all open. It's just, it gets a bit crazy when everything's open. See if we can find just one more. See if we can get, they don't happen all the time, but they happen often enough for you to spot them if they do arise. This one, I wouldn't call it one, but it kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is. This one, look at that. I don't know if you would have caught it though. This is the problem with this one. I don't know if it would have been caught, because ideally this one here should be a signal. This candle should be the signal. If it's not, then we're into this category of getting signals on long candles, and that's not on. So if this was a dark candle, which implies it's a signal, or a momentum candle, then this would have been a really good switch, because you can see that it going up, it's telling you we're going up, it's going up, it's going up, levels out a bit, and then it drops. But this really should be a dark candle. If this was a dark candle, it would have been a really good sell for us. But because we got a signal here, I wouldn't have touched that. I wouldn't have touched it. Let's have a look if there's any more. Switch. There you go. There you go. There's a nice switch. Look at this. It's going up, going up. You get your signal. You take your signal, right? Then you get a signal the opposite direction, which is here. The dark red candle is an opposite direction signal. And then it just goes all the way down. You see that? But see this climbing. I would have preferred for it to be flat, a bit more flat first. Because this, to me, as far as I'm concerned, this is almost like the end of a little trend. And then you get a signal. So I really wouldn't have taken that. If these signals were around this area here, I would have taken it. And then if it switched here, then we would have been in that. But that's not. See, they don't come all the time. Let's be honest about it. So it's not all the time that you see them, but when they do turn up, they really do pay out if you know what you're doing. They really, really pay out. I just want a flattish scenario and then a switch. I think here's one. Here's one. There you go. No, it's not, because it comes up a bit here. It's not it, because it comes up here. Let's have a look. It comes up here and then it gets flat. And then it drops and gives you a signal. That is not, it's not textbook. It's okay, but because of this surge here, from here upwards, it's not really it. Let's have a look if there's any more in this thing. I just want to find one extra. It's not, they're similar, but they're not exactly what I'm talking about. So you can see how rare they are. They're not always there, but once they're there, it's a good thing. So basically what we're looking for is not much movement in the market, right? And once there's not much movement in the market, and then you will get a signal in one direction. That signal, then the price goes up or the price goes down, whichever way the signal is. Just say it was a buy signal. The price will go up a bit, and then it will switch and give you a signal the opposite direction, engulfing the first signal. That is what we're looking for. Then you know you can just put in and just, it should really be good for you. This is an exaggerated one of it. This one here is an exaggerated version of what I just said. Let me show you. Zoom in on that. Right, the market's not really doing much here. It goes up a little bit. Yeah, it's come down from here, so this can be ignored here. All that can be ignored because it's come down here. Right, so here it goes up a little bit and gives you a signal. Right, there's the dark blue buy signal. Right, we take this signal and we go up a bit. Right, I would have, as soon as we get this, we put our stop loss here, 48 points. I probably wouldn't have done that. I would have put it underneath this last moving average here, which is the 30 moving average. I would have put it here, taken this, taken up to 30 and come out. But let's just say we didn't do that. Right, let's just say We got the signal and we stayed in, right? Now it's come back down on us. And then you get a signal here. A dark signal, a dark red signal, and then it follows its way down. So this is an exaggerated version of it, but it's not exactly what we want. They're not, I'm not even gonna pretend it's it. It's not it. This is just a different thing. This is a signal up and a signal down. There's nothing more to it. I'm finding it difficult to find any examples. They don't really come up that often, but when they do, it's great. So in the last month, I haven't seen it. This is about a month gone. I've seen similar, but not. Like they're almost it, but they're not it. You need to have flatness. Like see this area here? You need some consolidation like this. You need flatness. Right? A signal and then a signal the opposite direction. But we're not getting it. Getting consolidation and we're getting some upsurge or down surges, but we're not getting what we want. This looks a bit good. I think this is it. This is it. Here we go. So that's a month from where we were. A month. This is relatively flat. You see this? This is relatively flat. Then you get a signal. Right? The signal doesn't do anything. And then you get a signal the opposite direction. Engulfing that signal. And it's not too large. 24, 25 bip candle. That's cool. Then it goes and drops. That's exactly what we're talking about. Look at the drop. Look at the drop. When you see that, yeah, you can quite confidently say, you know what? Let's just hang on to this and see what happens. And you keep putting your stop here. And then when it comes to here, you pull it a third of the way. You pull it a third of the way again. And then I would take half of the lot out. Take half of it out maybe. And then just leave it. Look what it does. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. That's 120 points. That's 120 points. And what you would have lost at the first time. Where's that? Here it is. You would have lost 23 points. You would have lost 23 points. Respected yourself. And gone with the flow when you get the second signal and just go for it. Just leave it. That's what it does. It switches you. So everyone that's got ego problems, they will be still in a buy right now. They'll still be waiting for this to turn back round. They will wait. No, it's turning back round. I don't care. They will see this white candle here, this buy candle, this one here, and expect it to turn and go back up. They will see this one and they will expect it to turn back up. They will see this one and expect it to. This is what happens. They'll probably lose hope here. They'll probably lose hope here, but it's too late now. They've taken, how much have they taken from you? 60 points. Massive amount. 60 points. Before you can realize. When you just say, fair enough, I'm wrong. I'm not always right. You've got to understand this. You're not always right. That's the way it works. If you can accept the fact you're not always right. And I respect the markets. And I will go where you are saying I should go. Yeah? You can really get something out of this game. You can do it. So I hope you can see what I'm talking about. And if you don't, just go over the video again and I'm sure you can see what I'm talking about. Flat. You get a signal. It goes one way a little bit and then it goes the other way, engulfing the signal. And then look at it. It gives you everything. Yeah? I hope this has made some sense to you. And just go over the charts yourself and see if you can find any of them. Comment in the section where you found it. Tell us the date and time when you found it. Let's see. Let's see if it is exactly what we're talking about. And just keep an eye out for them. Because it's almost like you have to give to get. That's kind of what this is. You have to give to get. They want something from you, and you will get tenfold. Well, not tenfold, or maybe threefold. Do you see what I mean? They want something from you here, and then you get this. I think that's a fair trade. Anyway, until next time.